Yo,
3, 2, 1, a source of podcast. My name is Jabari Butler. I'm here with J.R. Hall. What's the good word?
nothing much. Nothing much. Getting ready. Big games, a couple big games that we seen. Think that's last week and a couple big games coming up this week. I think the biggest thing we seen last week in college football, man, seeing Ohio State go down. What you think
Yeah,
about that, man?
well, I had Ohio State winning. I thought Ohio State was honestly. I guess I thought they was better than what they was. Cause I guess you can cover up a lot of things when you playing teams that aren't on your level, but when you playing teams that punish you for your mistakes, uh, I guess one criticism I would make of Ohio State is they don't develop their quarterbacks like you would expect. It seemed like they develop every other position except quarterback. O line is getting development. Uh, Receivers are getting development, but it's like the quarterbacks they don't go through progressions well, uh, like an NFL style. It's more so like relying on the run game and then
Yeah,
basically relying on one-on-one matchups. There's no
your pass
progressions. There's no
catching.
reads. Uh,
Yeah,
I know
I
you
agree
had
with that.
Indiana. Uh, what did you think about Indiana's performance last Saturday?
I thought they played pretty good. I thought they did what they usually did. I thought they were. I know people have been watching Ohio State and saying they were pretty consistent, but I've seen some inconsistencies in them when after I watched the game, and I guess I I guess you can say I tuned into the fine film and I didn't see that Ohio State in the bigger games that they were playing in. I didn't see that they were playing the best or that they were playing up to par as good as people were saying. And I thought the whole year Indiana had been doing one thing. They had been putting up points. They had been playing good defense, and all three phases of their of football with Indiana, they were playing pretty good. Offense, defense, and special teams. You couldn't, I didn't. There wasn't too much you could complain about, I don't think. And then that with their quarterback leading their team, how he did, I believe he's been playing up to Heisman standards. I believe if he doesn't win it, he'll
Well, here
be
I'll say this:
the
for me,
runner-up.
My Heisman was coming down to Jeremiah Smith and Julian Sayin and Mendoza. Those are my two top Heisman candidates.
Three.
Well, three top Heisman candidates. And after watching what happened last Saturday, the way Mendoza carried that team, Mendoza's the Heisman front runner. I mean, he won the
Yeah, I
Heisman
agree.
on that game. That was his Heisman statement
That was
game
his statement game. Yeah,
because
I
he's
think
making the
so
clutch
too.
throws. He's making clutch throws to keep his team in the game against the best defense in the country. I mean,
Allegedly,
they
yeah.
were well. They weren't. The thing about me, he wasn't making. It didn't seem like the Indiana receivers were getting much
He didn't need
separation.
to.
But
I mean, like,
it seemed like he was putting that ball right where it
on the
needed to be, and
money.
it's kind of like how he's done all season. He's putting that ball right
Yeah,
where it needs to be. His receivers, I mean, he has good receivers, but it's not nobody that's like he doesn't have a Jeremiah Smith, he doesn't have a Carnell
yeah.
Tate. It's
Somebody
more
that
so,
just jumps out on the screen.
yeah. So that to me, that's Heisman. That means to me that Mendoza is
You want to Heisman?
he won the Heisman in the Big Ten championship game last week. To me,
I agree. I agree. That was a good game, but man, I don't think people thought Georgia was going to beat Alabama how they did either. I think people thought it was gonna be a lot closer and a more defensive game, but I seen before the game they were giving highlights and commentating about what was gonna go on in the game. And they said Alabama's starting running back he wasn't gonna play, so I thought that automatically put them at a disadvantage. And I had I had seen before that Georgia. I thought Georgia might have been at best, if not the top two, top three best defense in the SEC. Probably the best defense there was in the SEC. So I figured that Georgia would win, but I didn't think they were gonna pretty much shut them out. I don't think they scored until the second half. Alabama scored into the second half, and Georgia, I think they scored consistent. They might have not scored maybe one quarter, but pretty much every quarter they scored. So I think that was a pretty good game as well.
Well, with the Georgia Bama game, I expected it to be a closer game, but Georgia just completely outclassed Alabama to me. I mean, it didn't even look like it was two SEC teams. It looked like it was a SEC team versus a Big 12.
Yeah,
Bama, I don't know, but something about Bama is just not the same right now. It's not the same
like,
monster.
When they come into the game, it's like what they call it. Their pregame before, I don't know, it don't seem like they come into a game as focused as they used to, or as we look to see Bama come in and play. Like they have they have the defense, they have the really good skill position players. They have a nice quarterback. He can come in and win a game, but it's just like they don't know how to put it all together. They don't know how to finish. It didn't seem like they knew how to do too much on the field with Georgia. It don't look like they're going. I don't know how well. I don't think Alabama's going to do too good. I don't know. I don't have them playing the best in the college football playoffs. But
Well, it was
we'll
kind of
see
like
how
we
they
said. I
do.
would have damn near rather seen A&M in that championship. I didn't even know how they got in it because they had lost 2 games.
Yeah,
I'm like,
they had lost 2
how are you in the
games.
SEC championship and you lost 2 games?
I don't know,
I was
but
expecting A&M.
I think that's gonna be highlighted during the college football playoff because we're gonna see. I don't think Alabama has the
And then I got a
easiest road
question
to
for you.
the.
Do you think the college football is too big, or the playoff is a little too big, or it's like maybe should be cut down to maybe 8 teams? Because it's not even. I mean, out of the championship games this weekend, which one was interesting? There was only one championship game that was even worth watching. That was the Big Ten championship game. The rest of them were like blowouts or just teams with like multiple losses that are kind of.
We figured there was gonna get beat.
Because it's like watching these championship games. It's like who's in the playoff if this is the championship games.
Well, I think it is a lot of teams, but I think it's okay because you get to see some of the smaller schools get to play with the bigger schools. We might not think some of these schools might be able to play, but we'll be able to see. I mean,
well, here's the thing. I guess you made that's a point. It's gonna even out. It's gonna have to even itself out a little bit over a couple of years. I guess this is like the first year. Is this the first year of them doing it like this?
I think they added maybe 3 or 4 teams. Maybe
something got to be different because it's kind of it's just not balanced right now.
I don't think it's gonna ever be balanced, because I think like we're gonna always have the bigger schools that are gonna get the better recruits. But I do think we'll be able to see what teams can do on the field rather than what people can see off the field on paper and maybe highlights and stuff against other teams. Maybe we get to see some of those smaller schools beat those bigger schools. Just maybe. Maybe like a Texas Tech who has a hard road to the college football playoff that we don't feel we don't feel
I don't
like the
think
Big
Texas
12.
Tech. I think
The
Texas
Big
Tech is
12.
going to get. I think Texas Tech is going to get exposed in the playoffs.
Well, see, and I think they actually have a pretty good team. I think their defense is pretty good, and I think their offense. I don't think their offense. I think their offense is mid, definitely kind of mid. But I think they can. If you let them, they
You
can put
think
up
they can
some
play
points.
with? You think they can play with Georgia?
I don't know how it just depends on. I don't know. I
You
don't
think they can
know.
play with Ohio State?
Yeah, I don't know. It like I said, I just want to. It's pretty much show and tell. I want to see. I actually want to see some of these smaller schools play, but I'm not. I do want to see the schools play, but I'm not trying to see people get blew out. Honestly, I think that in a more, I say more games than not, we probably will see a couple blowouts, but that's not what I'm looking to see. So hopefully, less, couple less. Yeah.
Well, yeah, they definitely got
So
to figure their business model out. So definitely, it's like a testing year for the NCAA. What I'm seeing, but we had some cold UFC fights this past weekend. Marab Valishvili versus Peter Yan. Yan got
man,
the belt along with a couple other good fights. What did you think about
hey,
UFC?
man, this last week was, it was great for the end of the year. Man, we saw a lot of good fights. I think the main card it lived up to its expectations. We seen in the main fight of the night, Peter Young, man, he beat the brakes off of Marab Divashvili. He beat him. I know his nose was broke. Divashvili's nose was broke at the end of the fight. His jaw was broke. I don't know how he survived. I know he got kicked and he got kicked and he just like yelled like you could tell he was
Well,
hurt.
Marab got way too cocky. He took on four fights. That was his fourth
Was
fight of the
like
year, and he probably should have sat. He should have sat his ass down after that third fight and cooled off a little bit. This fool, I mean, he
hey,
went back in the octagon against his toughest matchup because he's a wrestler. He likes to wrestle, and this dude Jan has the
Peter
best
Young like to
takedown.
fight.
He got the best takedown defense, probably in the division for sure.
It's
And
gonna
then
say in
he
the
got better
world.
hands than you. He's a better boxer than you.
Hey, he's a way better boxer. He broke his nose in probably the second or third round. Then his jaw was done. And I don't know how he made it to the decision, but it wasn't no way he was winning that fight by decision, by any way. I don't know. No way you could put that. But, ooh, man, I think the craziest fight of the night was, man, with Alexander Pantoja. How he lost to Josh Van because I think they had just popped the fight off probably 10 or 15 seconds in. And Alexander Pantoja, Alex, he threw a kick, and he kind of I can't remember if he landed the kick or he missed, but he kind of fell back on his hand, and his like elbow broke. And after that, he knew that like he pretty much waved. He was like he knew he waved Josh Van off. Josh Van was about to hit him again, and he was like, "Nah, nah, nah." Then the referee just called the fight 10 or
Yeah, they
15
go.
seconds into the fight, and he just laid there and cried. I think he might have been more hurt more hurt in his mind than he was in his body at first. Because at first he just laid there and cried, and you could see he was just like sad, like dang, I
Oh
really
man,
just lost my belt.
when you break your arm like that, I mean that was a nasty break because it was like his arm was fully extended and it just or like maybe halfway, just extended
He
at an
put
awkward angle, and it
he
snapped.
put so much he put so much weight on it, so much,
Yeah, so and it
and it
snaps, and
just
when it
broke.
snaps like that, it's like it's a combination of pain and shock. So he got that combination of pain and shock going, and then he lost the belt on top of that. That's like a lot of emotions just at once. I mean, that's a terrible. I wouldn't want to win the belt like that. I mean, off an injury like that. I mean, he probably excited to get the check, but they're gonna have to run that back and get a proper. I mean, he with a break like that though. That's like a half a year recovery. That was like a clean. You see how clean that break was when he fell? That's like a clean break. That's not like a fracture. Nah, that's a break. I know the difference. I had both. Have you ever broken your arm before? JR. Hello?
Hear me?
Yeah. Have you ever broken your arm before?
Okay, no, I haven't ever broke anything, but I fractured my spinal cord, but that's really the only thing. Nothing to feel like where I was aware or anything. Nothing like that. That was. I'd rather break. I don't know if I would rather break. I don't think I would rather break my arm or break anything. But ooh, the way he broke that was terrible.
And did you see the other knockout? I think it was one more knockout.
Um, let me see. Which one? Uh, Brandon
Oh,
Moreno.
Tatsuro. Yeah, Tatsuro Tyra
Yeah,
smoked Brandon Moreno.
yeah. He hit. He did. He hit him. He hit him right. Like, yeah.
I mean, he just out wrestled him and then just finished him on the ground. It was pretty nasty. He got him in a rear
Yeah.
naked hooks, like a rear naked hook position, guess you
Yeah.
could call it. Flattened him out on the mat and then just punished him with the
Yeah.
combinations. Finished him off. It was a nice finish.
He was his stamina wasn't good at all. I think that's another reason why he got KO'd as well.
Yeah, I think Brandon Moreno, he got pretty great stamina most of the time. It's like a lot of these fighters, they just try to rush themselves back into the octagon. I'm saying it's like you can't be taking, you don't want